So I keep mentioning that position's important, and I just did a video on different types of starting hands. So I'm going to kind of combine these concepts. So um, the reason that position's important is that generally speaking, you want to be in position, meaning you act last, or you want to have good cards, or both, right? Um, because when you act last, you get to see what everybody else has done, right? Um, so you get to act with the most information. So it's always best to be in position, which is why you're going to want to play more liberally from the button than you do from under the gun, right? So you probably want to just go online and Google a starting hand chart. You'll find millions of starting hand charts. And they're basically going to tell you, okay, from this position you want to play these cards, from this position you want to play these cards, etc. Um, and they're going to all be slightly different, but they're all going to kind of basically have the same outline, which is that on the button you can play about half your hands. From the cutoff, maybe a quarter of your hands, and then slightly less going around the table. So 20% from the hijack, 15% under the gun, right? And if you're playing with more people, then you're playing nine-handed and you're under the gun, maybe just the top 10% of hands, right? But in any case, I just quickly Googled one starting hand chart, and this is what I found. So it said for under the gun in a six-handed game, right? The hands you want to play are a pair of fives or better, right? So pair of fives, pair of sixes, pair of sevens, all the way up to pair of pocket aces. That's fine. Ace X suited. What that means is any suited ace. So let me find some cards. So you got ace of hearts, four of hearts. That would be okay to play, right? That's fine. Oh yeah, I'll find a pair to demonstrate. Yeah. Pair of jacks. There you go. So that's a pair. You could totally play that under the gun, all the way down to pocket fives. It says you can play any suited ace. When I wrote nine suited or better, what that means is any two suited cards that are a nine or higher. So this would be totally fine to play. You could play king 10 suited. You could play king 9 suited under the gun. That's okay. Then we got ace 10 offsuit or better. So what I mean by that is ace 10, ace jack, ace queen, ace king. That you could play that, and they don't have to be the same suit. 10. Come on now. Give me an ace. There's an ace. This is a hand you could play. That'd be fine. And then king jack offsuit. So you could play king or better, king jack or king queen. This doesn't recommend to play queen jack in this position. Not queen jack offsuit, not king 10 offsuit. Once again, this is just one starting hand chart I found, but that's the hands it recommends. It comes out to about 15, 16, 17% of hands. Moving on to the next, to the hijack. You add a few more hands in your range. Not a whole lot different, really. You can play pocket fours. You can play king 10 offsuit and queen jack offsuit. But that's about it. Doesn't change much between under the gun and hijack. Once again, according to this one starting hand chart I found online. From the cutoff, okay, things start to open up a bit. You can play all your pocket pairs, pocket twos, pocket threes, A-okay. Still got all your suited aces. Now you can play suited kings down to 6. So you got a king and you got, I don't know, 8. That's okay. You can play that hand. Queen 8 suited or better. So like queen 8 suited, queen 9, queen 10, queen jack, all suited, all fine. And then, here's where it gets fun. So once you get to the cutoff of the button, that's where you start playing the goofy stuff like suited connectors. Low cards that are suited and connected, and you can hope to snatch a straight or a flush, or you can try to bluff. So when I wrote this, I mean 9-7 suited is okay, 10-8 suited, queen 9, right? So cards that are separated, cards that have a difference of 2, right? We call those suited one-gappers. So suited one-gappers as low as 9-7 suited. Those are okay. And then suited literal connectors. So 5-4 suited, that's a connector, right? Because they're touching. You could play that. Let me see if I can find some cards. Give me some suited connectors here. Taking too long. There we go. Here's some suited connectors, right? 7-6 of clubs. You could play that from the cutoff, right? And then once you get to the button, then you're playing full goofy range. This is like 40, 50% of hands, maybe even 60%. So you're playing all your pairs, all your suited aces, all your suited kings, suited queens down to 5. So these aren't even connected, right? If there's a gap of more than 3, right? So like queen 8 suited, for instance, you could still make a straight out of that. It'd be kind of a crappy one, but queen, jack, 10, 9, 8 is a straight. So queen 8 suited is, you could call it a suited connector, a suited 3-gapper, you might call it. This is kind of unhinging the queens, so you can go all the way down to queen 5 suited. Any 2 suited cards, 7 or better. So you could play 7 king suited, you could already do that. 7, 10 suited, you could play 8 jack suited, whatever you want to do. And then as for suited connectors, there you go, 8, 5, that's a 2-gapper. So you could play 8, 5 suited, you could play 9, 6 suited, 10, 7 suited, 6, 4 suited, that's a 1-gapper. You can go basically all your full range 1-gappers. So 7, 5 suited is okay, 8, 6 suited is okay, 9, 7 suited is okay. And then still got your suited connectors, 5, 4, 6, 5, 7, 6, etc. And when I said 9 off plus, I mean any 2 unsuited cards, 9 or higher. So you could play something like this. That would be okay on the button. And only on the button. You don't want to play that sooner. And then ace 4 offsuit or better. So an offsuit ace. So ace 5 offsuit. Totally okay from the button. So yeah, that once again, that's just one range I found online. You'll find other charts that are more generous than this. Some of them probably say you can play all your aces. Some of them will even say you can play some like offsuit kings, like king 7 offsuit. It's not the end of the world if you play that from the button. Maybe you just decide to go ham with the suited connectors, and anything even remotely suited and connected, you're playing 6 deuce suited. Little liberal, but whatever. You do you. But yeah, the general outline is you play more conservative when you're under the gun, and then you play more loosey-goosey on the button, because you're going to be in a better position to act after the flop. So yeah.